for rehab. I wanna relax. Girl, you understand my needs and I believe that. Detox and revamp. Things you do with your hands. You know I need that rehab.
Recently deleted my Hinge and I don't think I'm ever going back. I've seen so many other women saying that they also deleted the app. Dating apps are no longer for dating. Men have just turned dating apps into like an easier way to access convenient sex.
And that's an easy one because sex for men comes first. The relationships that you want, that you seek as women, you get after men have that post-nut clarity, they drain the main vein, then we'll see what your personality is like. But women tend to forget this, or they don't know it, or don't care to know it, because they only see it from one side, which is the female lens.
In love, we are kind of meant to be found. We're not meant to be actively trying to find love. It's just supposed to be something you stumble into.
Well, at this rate, if you women actually take this advice from this woman right here, then you're going to be single until kingdom come. And that is the thing. You're going to be single right out of the dating market, back down into the hole, and you're going to slam right into the wall. But what's happening here is that women have this false ideology about what love is, and it should just be something like in a movie. It just falls in your lap. You run into it accidentally one day when you're just, grocery shopping, and you meet this prince. You know what I'm saying? And then you guys live happily ever after, and, he's the love of your life. Absolutely ridiculous. You have to be actively searching, and women give up very easily when it comes to dating, especially after their first bad experience. So I know off top that this is coming from fiction, delusion, and Disneyland.
I don't understand how men got onto dating apps and were like, oh yeah, this is not going to be for dating. I literally was talking to a guy for a month. I was seeing him almost every single week. Got me a Valentine's Day gift, all this stuff. Woke up one day and was like, I cannot be in a romantic relationship. Why were you on Hinge?
Hey.
Well, duh.
I literally matched with another guy and he's like, oh, what are you on here for? Usually when they ask you what are you on here for, they're either because they actually seriously do want a girlfriend, which is like very never, or because they're trying to see if you want to hook up. So I was like, you know what, let me give this guy like the benefit of the doubt. And I was like, oh, I'm on here trying to find my husband that I could run around the playground with at 2 a.m., being kiki. This guy goes, something similar. I'm also trying to find people to hang out with late at night. I said, hang out with late at night? What do you mean? He goes, what's wrong with that? I said, what are you talking about? He's like, I'm trying to find people to hang out with late at night or early mornings. I said, baby, you're looking for a prostitute.
This woman is a freaking genius. And I say that because even in her own examples, in her own life experiences that she just expressed, she understands that men make it whatever they want to make it. And that's their primal need, which is an urge of having sex with the woman. That comes first. And she knows this right off top, but she wants to be delusional. She wants to throw in her hints of being in a relationship, but she doesn't put the two together and understand that men are looking for sex first. Women are looking for relationships ultimately. Men and women are different, so it has to be treated differently. So I don't know why she's upset about the fact that a guy asked her the schedule. You know what I'm saying? And she's like, well, why do you want to see me only in the morning and only at night? What am I, a P word? You know what I'm saying? It's like, no, men have schedules. You don't want some bum, right, that's just not doing anything. Men that are busy, men that you actually want, they're not going to be having enough time for you anyway. So he's telling you the availability. A lot of men that you deal with, especially the type of men that women like yourself like and actually want to be with and build a family with, they don't have time because they're out there making money and being attractive. The same things that draw you to him that made him attractive to you in the first place. But women live a easier existence, an easier life, and they don't have to deal with all of this. They don't have to use their brains and think of ways because men come to them. But let's keep going.
But you're on this dating app for? A lot of the components of dating apps are just so superficial because I genuinely am such a surface level person on first match. You don't hit everything, all those points, I'm not gonna like you. Most of the men I've ever dated were from dating apps and they were the worst ones, but they were the most beautiful ones.
What? What the fuck?
But the guys that I met, like either through mutuals or in regular life, they weren't as attractive, but they were so much better. I feel like we get on dating apps because we feel this idea of like scarcity. So hard to find people. I was definitely like that too because I had this whole idea like, how am I ever gonna find someone? There was a time people dated before dating apps. I think if we all put our foot down and we get off the dating apps, men are gonna go back to talking to women in public.
Not gonna happen. No, not gonna happen.
Because they don't do it anymore because it's just so much easier to go on an app and swipe.
Yeah, that's easy for you to say. You ain't got to put in no work. You don't have to approach a woman, not be creepy, give off the vibes, be socially calibrated, be charming, be all of these things. You come from the privileged position, so of course you wish you can just ban one activity from men, but it still proves that you don't even know what the hell men want. And women think that they know they have this man, and then they say that they met this type of guy. She said, if you don't check off my boxes because, I do everything straightforward, I've met all these men off the dating apps and not on the dating apps, how come none of those guys kept you? How come none of the guys that you are looking for are giving you these shots? How come you think that these guys are just, you mentioned scarcity. These guys, you had so many opportunities and not one of them locked you down. So your standards, what you're talking about, and how you want to try to get upset at dating apps because it's not looking for what you're looking for, because you got to understand men and women are different. We look for different things. It doesn't make any sense because you still don't know the key. You still don't know what men want. You still don't know what their intentions are, because women do this all the time. They talk to everyone amongst themselves, or they talk to themselves into a screen for the world to see, but they never talk to men. And this is why so many of them are perpetually single, because they don't care. They have no idea, nor do they know what men are looking for, because they think that attraction is symmetrical when it's not. It's asymmetrical.
I really feel like when you get out of the mindset of allowing men to behave mediocrely with you, when you get out of that, you'll realize that it's almost impossible for someone to come with the pressure right off of dating app, because they've never had a conversation with you in person. They don't know who you are. How can I expect you to want to plan an amazing date for me, and the only thing you have to go off of is 4 prompts and some photos of me?
Because men are simple, men fall in love with their eyes, and attraction comes first for men. See, guys, this is your daily dose of solipsism. This is a great example that I provide here on this channel at Bountyville. This woman cannot remove herself out of her own experience, out of her own 2 shoes, and be in the experience of someone else, or try to be at least sympathetic to what men go through, that she thinks that men and women are exactly the same, and what she's looking for, a man is looking for. It's absolutely ridiculous. For you, it's hard. You can't just judge it off of looking at 4 pictures. For men, it's not difficult. That just proves that we're different. But women never take the time out to examine us, to compile notes, to add 2 + 2 = 4. They don't want to do that.
When somebody meets you in person, there's more of that initial connection. So they're more likely to be a bit more emotionally involved with you. So this is your sign. Get off the apps. Go find your man at Air One, the gym, something. Anyways, I'm going to Pilates so that I can get my body right and tight.
Get your body right and tight for what? With this advice that you just gave, and a piece of your mindset and how you view the world, which is completely, utterly delusional, which is the truth. I'm not just taking pot shots. It's absolutely ridiculous, guys. Women, I swear, they live life on easy mode. They live life on stupid mode as well. And this is absolutely asinine. And no guy is going to take this woman serious with this mindset. If she actually dates this way, she actually thinks this way about men, she's lost, bro. And this is what we're dealing with. This is why dudes have completely turned their chips in, stopped dating in the West, and completely dried out the market. Dude, this is ridiculous, man. But I'm so happy. I'm just so happy, man, that you guys get to see it firsthand and I get to dissect it. Man, get your passport. Over here, it's not cracking, bro. It's not.
Features, let me walk through what I just made. Why I won't sleep with a man who makes less than $200,000 a year. The average 1-bedroom apartment in LA, this is where I live, is $2,800 a month, although my rent is significantly more than this. That means that you have to make 3 times the rent in order to qualify.
You can't make up.
That's $8,400 a month before taxes and $800,000 a year. But hold on, I know what you're thinking. That sounds like a lot of money. Just wait. Men want to do this thing where they want to take your pants off, and that's fine because I want to take my pants off too, but hold on. If we have a little baby, oops, the average 2-bedroom in Los Angeles is $3,800. That means that you now have to make $11,400 a month, which brings you to $136,800 a year. I know what you're thinking, oh my God, that's so much money, but wait. You're not really coming home with that $136,800 because you have roughly 30% in taxes, and this is a conservative estimate, okay? Meaning that $41,040 of that is going to be taken, so your new bring home is going to be $95,760 a year. But hold on, if we divide that by 52 weeks, that means that you are going to bring home $1,841.54 weekly, or $7,366 monthly. I know what you're thinking. That's amazing. However, you have benefits. Do you know how much benefits are for a family of 3 on a silver PPO plan? Because be so for real, I am not giving birth in a county hospital.
I will not look for you. I will not pursue you.
Okay. Also, let's just pay a higher premium now, unless you want to get a bill for $100,000 at the end of a birth. Okay. So now we're back to this $7,366. Oh, and 16 cents a month. But let's estimate that we are doing $700 biweekly on a family of 3 medical, dental, vision benefit plan. That would be a new $5,900 take home. But wait, we still have to pay rent. $5,900 minus $3,800 for that average 2-bedroom, because where's our baby gonna sleep? In the living room? Be for real. That means that we have left over $2,100 for the month, but we still have cars, insurance, utilities, food, clothes, the dogs need to eat, veterinary expenses that we wouldn't have expected, baby things, etc. Sir, we are now in the negative. And I'm sorry, but I am not going to sleep with a man to accidentally get pregnant when we are going to be living check to check because you physically cannot afford it. Are we blind? And I know what you're going to say. You should get a job. You should be working. The average cost of childcare in the state of California is $16,866 per year for ages 0 to 2, or $11,999 for ages 3 to 5. I am not gonna go and get yelled at by a boss and be stressed out and wake up and spend 4 hours a day commuting, 2 hours there, 2 hours back. This is LA, we have traffic, just to go and pay that much money in childcare when I could be home with the child. And before you say, oh my God, like you just wanna leech off of a man, you're a bum. Babe, this is me in my 2-story apartment here in LA that I pay for by myself. So if I could already make all of this go round alone, why would I wanna complicate my life and add you to it? Okay, girl math.
You see what she just did, right?
You know the craziest thing is she wrote all of this and did this whole video, and it's not even going to matter whatsoever because no man is ever going to take her on, and no man is going to want to get her pregnant. Dudes are just going to bust in her, you feel what I'm saying, in one of them Jimmy hats, and they slide out the back door. And for her to sit back at the end of the video and try to masculinely flex this 2-story apartment that she has in LA is absolutely ridiculous, because that's an Airbnb.
Now with the album out, are you paying attention to what people are saying about it?
So, God, man. At this point, man, with these expectations, with these numbers, with you drawing up this, board to get some type of attention, the best bet for you at this time is clearly and going to happen in the future. I can 99.9% bet on it, is to
buy a dog and die alone.